When you get your sweet pea frames or supports of any sort in place, make sure you really push them firmly into the ground, because once they're covered in foliage and flowers, a bit later on in the year, if we get windy weather, it acts like a sail. The whole thing can be rocked around or even knocked over. So drive them in really firmly. Now I find they often don't have enough rungs or bits for support low down on them, so it's worth just tying a bit of string. If it's a lightweight climber like a sweet pea, string works absolutely fine, and that will give the little plants something to cling on to while they're still quite small, and then they'll just romp away. If it's something heavier duty like a clematis you're putting up a frame, then that's where something like soft tie comes into its own. But let's just get a few of these in. Now all you need is a nice deep hole so that you can get that root ball from the root trainer in its entirety. Just ease it out, pop it into the ground, nestle it down, and firm the soil around the base. Now this one's already now got something to lean onto, but it is worth maybe tying them in as well.